everyone, this is DPG here, and today we're going to be doing another one of my daily meals a day. Today's going to be a pretty simple one. This is actually one of my least complicated cooking recipes today. It's just eggs. 5 simple eggs, 1 serving of spinach, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of garlic powder, and that is it. With 1 turkey patty I always put. This is actually one of my meals. So it's very simple. Why eggs? Well, it's one of the most simple and one of the best proteins you can get overall. It's easy, it's cheap. You get 7 grams of protein with about 6 grams of fat per egg, depending on the size, from medium to extra large. The larger you get, usually the more protein it does have. And egg yolk only gets so large until you get to like an ostrich egg. I want to try one of those really badly. But what I usually do is, it's one of the things I actually don't freeze, I don't prep, because I have noticed that if you freeze eggs for a certain period of time, they become very rubbery. So this is one of the things I actually do cook at night. But as it's cooking, I'm actually doing something else. I'm not just standing there flailing around. What I actually like to do is a little bit of house chores. You know, do some dishes, clean the floors, sweep the floors, or even make another edited video while those things cook. Basically, I don't just put on 9, flare around a little bit, because my spinach is frozen. And that's one thing people have to understand when it comes to spinach. Veggies frozen overall are actually going to be healthier for you than canned. There is no difference personally between fresh spinach and frozen spinach. It's just overall, what's the word I'm looking for? Taste. Fresh spinach is always going to overall taste better because it's right there. You don't have to thaw it out, because thawed spinach is not the greatest when it comes to taste. But when you're cooking and you really don't care about flavor unless adding some garlic powder or even some actual garlic, then it really doesn't matter in the long run. You need the nutrients, you need the minerals from the spinach. And spinach, of course, is one of the greatest greens for you. Probably the next one would be kale, but I've noticed when I put kale in my spinach, I just don't overall like it. So I just stick to spinach overall compared to kale. Even though kale does have a higher density of protein, vitamins, minerals, and so on and so forth, I stick to spinach personally. Why garlic? There's nothing wrong with garlic. It's actually, if I'm correct, anti-inflammatory, and it's actually good for the heart. You know how Mama used to say, add a little bit of garlic for the good heart. Or even Jackie Chan's grandpa in that old Jackie Chan cartoon, when he always whacks him or eats garlic, it's good for the heart. It actually is. It's actually very, very good, and there's nothing bad about it. So just get one of those cheap overall containers with the garlic, and there's no salt. The reason why I don't add salt to my eggs, it's one of the things I do say, don't add salt to a lot of my ingredients. Even my main courses, I don't add salt. I eat enough salt throughout the day with my turkey patties. My turkey patties have roughly, depending on the brand I get, 400 to 600 milligrams of salt. Yes, that's not bad, but overall, when you're not eating a lot of salt, it's not going to be that big of a deal. We do know that we can take in more salt than we used to. Just make sure you're drinking enough liquids with it, but you don't want to go crazy over it with it. It's like, hey, you know, eat less carbs, some more fat, depending on blah, blah, blah. Don't go overboard with anything. Even though we can eat a little bit more salt, it doesn't mean I'm going to put it in there. So that's why I keep kind of stick away. Also, spinach already has salt, if I'm correct. Depending on the brand you get, some salt can actually reach up to 100 milligrams per serving, which is not that bad for what it is. It's natural. And make sure you're getting a spinach that has, a frozen spinach, may I say, that has only spinach. That is it. There has been some that actually add flavoring or preservatives. This is one of the very few times I make sure that I might have to get organic sometimes, because the brands just don't have the ingredients I do want. I overall am a personal believer of lower ingredients, the better. So, garlic powder. What's one great thing about garlic powder? Everything about it. Again, there's no salt to it. That's why add some. Add some for some flavor, especially if you're a big garlic person. Especially, hey, I'm half Italian, for God's sake. So garlic is like literally in my blood. So we're going to show you how I crack my eggs, how I cook them real quick, and you decide how they look.
So today we're going to be going with more of the large egg, roughly about the size. Sorry about the glare with the sun right there. I tried to get down as much as possible, but hey, you only do what you can do. So we're using a large egg. So what you got to remember to do is, what I find best fitting, is that get the 2 yolks you want real quick. And what I've heard, that yolk is good for the hair. So sometimes I will save some for some people who want my yolk. Or give it to your dog that's actually not doing so well in the weight class. Like they need to gain a few pounds. Add a yolk. It's good for them also. But what I try to do is get the 2 yolks I want and then just go from there. Nothing perfect. What I've seen actually use quite frequently, an easy way to do it, is using a water bottle to suck out the yolk if you don't want it. Now here's another thing people have asked me before in the gym, is that the difference between carton to regular crack. Really, the only difference is that the carton has already been processed. Which, what I mean by that, you can actually drink it without the fear of salmonella. It's far lower than drinking a raw egg. You know, you don't have to worry about the whole, trying to be rocky or anything like that, and being fearful, like, hey, I'm gonna get salmonella if I drink too many eggs. Not with carton eggs. You don't have to really worry about that. So, this is the type of garlic I was talking about. Big old container, $10. It lasts you nearly, I don't know, 6-7 months. And it really depends on what's your preference for garlic. How much garlic you actually want to put in there. Me, I like try to do about roughly that much, as you can tell. Sorry about the vibrating. My phone started doing that. I'm a little furious about that. So, I do a little of that, and I already put some garlic powder in there. You don't need to do a lot of garlic powder because it's a very strong and potent type of ingredient. So, and of course, right here, frozen spinach. This one I actually got from Great Value. So I got the Walmart brand because it was cheap. $1 for a pound. You can't argue with that. Because French spinach usually couldn't go from 4 to 5 pounds. Or even 7 pounds for organic, air quotes here. So let's look at the ingredients in this one. Ingredients, spinach. That's why I chose this one. Because it's just straight spinach. And of course, I go off the serving size. It says 81 grams. So we're going to go with 81 grams of spinach. I don't think there's 81 grams in here. Nope. And that's why I got my second bag. So, especially if you're gonna cook something, though, that's with people. Don't go cheap. That's just me. But if you're gonna cook by yourself, you're not gonna worry about taste or anything like that. Yeah, go frozen veggies. Who cares? As long as you get your veggies in at the end of the day, who overall cares? That's a hard bag to open. So what we got here? Like I said, in this bag alone, there's 120 milligrams of salt. That is also why I already got my salt. Spinach, it's natural. It's natural. I don't have to add. Oh, I added too much. That's fine. You can never have enough greens in your meats. So there you go. Something quite simple, quite easy. Instead of mixing up with a little bit of a whisk or even with my fork, I do something a little easier for me. Since this is already in my container, this is what I do. I put the container on top. Close it, make sure there's not as much air, and here you go. Boom. Easy to mix. How hard is that? It's not that hard, am I right? That's how you do it. Boom, you already got a meal right here. And I'm not going to go into how to cook it or anything like that. That's not the point of this. But I will show you what I use.
Now, there's 3 ways of actually doing this, depending on how fast you want to cook it. Oh, sorry about that. My phone was giving me a alarm. Now this video is going to be screwed up. Whatever. I don't do redos because I am too damn lazy and I don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't get paid at all. So anyways, there's 3 ways of doing this. I'm pretty sure you know how to cook an egg. You put it on the stove, put it medium to high heat, swish around if you want until there's no liquid left, unless you like your runny eggs. That is your choice, that's me. But there's 3 ways in order to get this down. You can either spray the pan. That's what I use. I use coconut oil. I don't use canola oil, the canola spray. I don't use butter spray because why would I pay for something that's corn? No, we know that corn's not great for us overall. It's just a starch. I'd rather eat a potato. Anyways, or coconut oil. Now here's the problem with people with coconut oil. You gotta remember where to get the coconut oil. Overall, it's almost the same. I get here. This is Members Market. Basically, this is the Sam's Club. It cost me $10 to get this size. And what's it made with? Again, organic virgin coconut oil. Contains coconuts. Shocker. But at my super organic store, my local one, you can get $30. I'm not gonna pay $30 for coconut oil. I'm not. Or you could do the other route, another very popular route for people who want to, lift big, get the healthy fats in them, is olive oil. And the controversy about, is it real olive oil? Look, I understand with this one. It's, again, signature select, which means it's the Albertsons version. So, make sure you put that down. Don't put a whole lot. Here's another thing you gotta understand. You don't put a whole lot of oil. We're talking about a third of a second or a spray. Now, each one's are going to give you different flavor. Overall, the olive oil does have the better flavor. But I'd rather go with the coconut oil. But you do have to preheat it a little bit because it's not liquid form, as you can tell from here. But the spray one, it's not that good. It tastes like it just doesn't taste that good overall. Give it a shot if you want. You could try it. I already tried it once, didn't like it. I like the olive oil taste. I don't go with that much unless I'm really quick, really lazy. I go with more of the coconut. I stay with the coconut oil basis with anything else, but I still do more. I use coconut oil when I need to. So basically that's it. You're looking at around 30-35 grams of protein overall, about 12 to 20 grams of fat, depending on how much oil you use or how much yolk you accidentally left in it. And of course, you got your veggies. You got your 80 grams of spinach, and you got your garlic, you got your garlic powder, you don't need salt, and overall it's going to taste pretty good. You can add cheese if you want, but the problem with that, you're going to have to fat more, but your protein will go up higher. If you're trying to really gain weight, go with the 2% cheese. It's a little less fat, more protein, and you just need a little bit, just a little bit like that. Sorry about that, but so that's it for today. I hope you did enjoy this. Hopefully this actually helps you with giving a different idea. This is my perspective when it comes to eggs. You don't need to add a lot of seasoning. It's eggs. There's really not a lot you can do with it. It's like trying to cook chicken. It's still chicken. It's boneless chicken. That's what it is. It's liquefied chicken. Anyways, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.